Hello everybody! Should you buy Cyberpunk 2077 now if you haven't bought it and played it yet? Now I spent 311 hours to be exact playing Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, that's a lot. Actually, not that the game is that long, but I just finished it uh, close to 3 times. Let's say 2.5 times. So I'm still actually on the third playthrough, which I do corpo. But still, I play a lot. So you can say that each playthrough I actually spent around 100 hours. And I was quite invested in each one. Did the side quests, all the side quests. I think 99% of them. Maybe not the car racing or the other one that I just didn't do. For I don't know what reason, probably didn't like it. So yeah, I spent a lot of time playing Cyberpunk 2077. However, it's important to know that I'm playing this on the PC, right? So if you're looking for the consoles, well, we know that, for example, on the PS4, we and Xbox, we have problems here because the game is not optimized yet for this console. I know this CD Projekt Red is working on improving the performance of the game. So again, it depends on the platform. So right now, I can't really speak for these previous gen consoles because, well, if it was to buy, if I was to buy for previous gen consoles, I wouldn't buy it, definitely, until there's a change and we know that all the issues are actually fixed, many performance issues and also bugs. But for PC, for most part, it works well. Keep in mind there are bugs and quite a few of them. Whether it would break your game, for me, no. There are things that are annoying, but nothing that I can say that really ruined my experience totally. Although again, it's something personal, but I can tell you that in general, you can play the game and enjoy it. Some things might not work, you're gonna have some issues every now and then, but overall, you can enjoy the game fully with those bugs in. Now, I'm not saying that it's something good, but for example, I wanted to get a certain weapon at the end of the game. This is the last mission. Once you finish it, you get back to your save point before, but I can't keep the gun. It's a special gun and I want to use it. I can't. And this should be not just a gun, like several pieces of armor. And this is something that should be fixed because, I mean, why make a gun just for one mission, right? It's a gun you can actually keep, and some actually people keep it because the bug actually wasn't bugged for them. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, there are bugs that are annoying, but overall, if you take everything into consideration, you can definitely enjoy the game. Even with the current bugs. But again, keep in mind that those, even at the time of me making this video, maybe those, at the time of you watching this video, maybe those bugs have been fixed. Now, in terms of content, in my opinion, there's plenty of content in this game, but not end game. And this is probably one of the most frustrating things for a player. So why I did actually several runs, because there's no end content for, I mean, after I finish everything, there's really nothing else to do. You can just go and use your perfect build to just fight, load your enemies, or even hide your enemies at certain points. But overall, there's nothing you can actually do after you finish. It got so powerful. I mean, you reach the end of the game, you feel powerful, you looted so many good weapons and armor, you crafted crazy things, you found so many things. But then what? Well, not a lot, I have to tell you. And some people just ramp up the difficulty in order to kind of, feel that they can do something, they can challenge themselves. But this is definitely nothing like good endgame content. This is kind of useless endgame. There's like no endgame at all. And if you ask me what actually bothers me the most, yeah, this is it. I mean, what's the point? Why not creating something like procedurally generated areas with dynamic events, something to add to the game? To make it more interesting for players who actually finish the game and want to enjoy their weapons, tough challenges and stuff. Like in Diablo, for example, you have these reefs where you get inside and you can go up and up and up, and it's going to become more and more challenging. And you need to kind of make sure you create really specific builds to be able to survive there. But here you can really create amazing builds. But for what exactly? Well, for nothing. Really, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can just show everyone that you shoot like millions of damage headshots. But, just for nice posts on Reddit, other than this, gameplay-wise, it really doesn't matter. Well, so what people do until a DLC is gonna land, and yeah, it's supposed to be DLCs, but right now probably they will postpone because of the so many issues on previous gen consoles. So we might see postponed and no word yet, but we know the DLCs are coming. Well, this is going to be something, but until then, what I did, well, just trying out different modes. Well, what you have to do if there's nothing else to do, well, check out different modes, and that's what I did here. What you see here are not the graphics of the game, but just, for example, kind of a Nexus mode that allows you to change the shader and just create something that looks like Borderlands style, which is nice. I mean, trying out different things, different modes. You can get crazy with everything in the game, and people really enjoy this because this actually extend the game functionality and features overall. But again, for me, I want it, to be something natural for the game, right? Something that will be supported, that saved games, they're not something that will be hacky in a way, that can save a game and use what the game has to offer naturally. But again, I'm going to mods because really I want to try something else until DLC comes. Now, if you follow my channel, you know how much I enjoy creating builds, not just in Cyberpunk 2077, but in many other games. Like when I play Minecraft Dungeons, for example, I enjoy really creating cool builds. The thing is that even the build tree, once you kind of, get accustomed to the game and play a bit, this is not that in-depth that much. I mean, compared to other, for example, RPG games that I played with a very, very in-depth skill tree, here it's not. So basically, of course, you can create really interesting things. And actually, because the skill tree, you can actually reset the skill points. It requires you to do several runs if you want to try different builds. However, what you can do is what I did, is just play until level 50 of your character, and without actually putting skill points in anything. Just put it empty, and then once you reach the end, you can decide what you want. And if you want to change, you don't need to play the entire playthrough all over again just to make a different character. By the way, there are modes to change this, but this is for another discussion. But in the game itself, what I did, just reach to level 50, and then I can if I want to try a different build, I just change the points, load the save, and then try it another thing without actually doing another playthrough all over again. Saves time. And now, that being said, if you think about replayability, just so you know, there are weapons which you can only get either this or this one, for example. For example, the Chaos and the Doom in one playthrough. So, and this is something you need to do sometimes in the beginning of the game. So, if you want to get a certain weapon and the other weapon, you're probably going to think, you're going to think about doing a second playthrough. Sometimes, and especially those who play early, miss those weapons. So they're going to do a second playthrough in order to get them. But the thing is that I don't like playing games by the book, going by a guide, so I don't miss anything. But that's what many people do because they don't want to miss, and you just find yourself just checking missions, what I have there, and it just kind of ruined the experience. But this is by the game design, so in my opinion, it's not good. But it kind of encourage people to just go, motivate people to go and do a second playthrough. So in general, in terms of content, well, in my opinion, I think it's worth it. Again, for PC, I'm talking here. Keep in mind that you might see people say that it's trash, overpriced, under-delivered, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, in many things, yeah, it is. And people expect it not to be with all these bugs, maybe to have end game. I'm not saying that this is perfect. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've actually negatively criticized this release to some degree. But again, this is what it is, right? We can't change it. The only company can change it is CD Projekt Red. And you need to add something else more to this game. But again, for other people who haven't played the game, this is kind of nice. You can actually jump to the game now. The DLC won't be released very, very closely, probably. So you have the time to kind of enjoy the game and not rushing through it, just to get to the DLC and all this stuff. So, for some people, it's not that bad. And just keep in mind that CD Projekt Red already released a few patches. So you probably won't suffer from some of the issues that those who play this from release actually suffered. But in general, I think it's worth it. I mean, imagine Night City is an amazing place to be in. I was just blown away. I mean, just walking in Night City, and also the photo mode is amazing. You can check my channels. And there's so many cool weapons and stuff, and you get fun builds with this. And again, not the end game, but during the game you're gonna enjoy a lot. Once you get to the end, well, if you are kind of a person who just want to stretch everything you can do in the game, you're probably gonna find a few things. But overall, just enjoy the playthrough because it's really fun and it's a nice game. It's very satisfying in my opinion. And just walking in this amazing cyberpunk theme city, you're gonna have a lot of fun. So again, there's the good and there is the bad. And again, it plays in first person. Again, you need to, if you don't like first person and you get nauseated or whatever reason, just keep in mind this is a first person game. And if you want to try the mode, again, I'm telling you, this animation is just crappy. But maybe they're gonna improve it in a mode, I don't know. But overall, this is a first person game. So what can I say? Is it worth it? Should you buy it? Well, you need to understand there are issues, but in my opinion, it's worth it. Some people will say, well, I'm not going to encourage the CD Projekt Red with all they've done. I'm not going to put my money in. Well, it's up to you. For me, I wanted to get lots of hours of fun, and actually I got it. I'm going to play even more, yeah, don't get me wrong. But and of course, I'm waiting for the DLC for some end content. And hopefully they will deliver on this, because if they're just going to create a bit more of this and you're going to finish it quickly, this is not what I want. I want something that has replayability. I want replay value off of DLC. If you don't deliver it like this, it's just going to be a fail. And I want something with multiplayer. We're also waiting for multiplayer. Right now it's a single player game, keep this in mind. No multiplayer, you won't be able to play with friends. So this is something that hopefully will be delivered. They said that they will add multiplayer. So we'll see what will be once the multiplayer arrives. Really, I don't know, but we'll see. So again, I'm holding my hands that this game, the DLCs, will be something that will be very exciting. And if you want to be ready for this, well, you probably want to start playing. But again, you're not in a rush right now. That's what it is. If you don't like, if you want to wait a bit and just wait for them to solve all the issues in the game for the PC, you want for the DLC to see actually what coming before committing, well, it's up to you. But overall, in my opinion, it is worth it. And maybe people are actually enjoying the game and having fun. So this is it for this video. I hope you enjoy it. Think about giving a like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like Cyberpunk 2077 in general, just check out my channel. There are tons of weapon reviews, comparisons, where to find legendary items, and maybe cool guides and other stuff. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and check out those videos. And I see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Cheers, everyone. Spooky out.